Hi, I'm Jon Jiang, and I'm the COO of MemVerge. I'm thrilled to give you a quick overview of Memory Machine Cloud. Memory Machine Cloud, or MMCloud, was designed to tackle the challenges of running applications in the cloud. Application users today often experience delays in getting their job started in the cloud. And when the job is started, they often find that the resources that are configured for this particular application may not be appropriate. It could be under-provisioned, in which case their application could crash or have OOM errors. It could be over-provisioned, in which case they are paying too much to the cloud, and much of the resources are idle. MMCloud is the next generation cloud automation platform that hides the complexity of the cloud from the app user. So the app user can focus on their subject matter, and the system takes care of maximizing efficiency and minimizing cost. At the heart of MMCloud is the Ops Center. That's the brains of the system. The Ops Center will interface with the cloud using the cloud-native APIs. It provides an app library that allows the user to catalog all the most commonly used application containers. And it has a job management module that provides a GUI and a CLI for the user to submit jobs and specify the resources that are used for these applications. After the Ops Center has been installed, you have a choice of two plans, the Essential plan or the Pro plan. The Essential plan is free forever, and it gives you the basic automation that allows you to run applications in the cloud. It also gives you observability of that application. That is, you have granular view of your application as it runs in the cloud. So this is a quick screenshot of the job submission GUI, and you can see that you can specify the name of the job, you can specify the container image, you specify additional job scripts if needed, and the resources. There are also advanced options that allows you to specify the policies that you want to use when selecting cloud resources, etc. This is a screenshot of the WaveWatcher. And WaveWatcher gives you granular visibility to memory, CPU usage, as well as I/O. And let me zoom in a little. Within memory utilization, for example, not only can you see how much memory your application is using, you can also see how much swap is being used and how much of the memory is being used for buffer cache. In a Pro plan, you get two very cool features, WaveRider and SpotSurfer. And the Pro plan is a success-based pricing. That is, you only pay MemVerge a small portion of the savings that you derive from MMCloud. So quickly covering the two features, SpotSurfer allows you to run stateful applications on Spot instances. And if your Spot instance gets reclaimed by the cloud, SpotSurfer transparently moves your application from one VM instance to the next, to another one, and allow your application to continue on the new instance without losing any of the progress that's been made. This is leveraging MemVerge's proprietary memory technology called App Capsule. WaveRider also makes use of App Capsule. What it does is it will dynamically right-size the VM that's used to run your application. If your application is not using all the resources that are available on the machine, then WaveRider will basically change or migrate your application instance to a smaller VM so that you're not wasting money on idle resources. But more importantly, if WaveRider detects that your application needs more memory or CPU or I/O that's available than what is available on the VM, it will automatically burst your workload onto a bigger machine so that you never run into OOM or your application doesn't slow down. So WaveRider is the continuous right-sizing feature that is quite revolutionary from MMCloud. So this is what WaveRider looks like when you observe it using WaveWatcher. As you can see, let me zoom in. As you can see in this application, we started with a machine with 15 gigabytes of maximum memory. It was not enough. We migrated to a 30 gig machine. Still not enough. We migrated to a 62 gig machine. Still not enough. We migrated to a 120 gig machine where the application can comfortably fit within that profile. And so without this feature, the application would have crashed. If the application ran longer and no longer needed all that memory, then WaveRider will automatically step down. Whether you use Pro or Essentials plan, the design goal of MMCloud is that the application user does not need to change the way they interact with the applications. So we've built we've built plugins for the most popular work environments. So whether you're using workflow managers such as NextFlow or Cromwell, or if you're using IDEs such as RStudio or Jupyter or MATLAB, we have plugins for these tools so that you configure it once and then you never need to worry about MMCloud. You continue to use your existing tools, and MMCloud will interact with these tools and manage the cloud resources for you in the background. A couple of examples of the results that some of our users are seeing. This user was running a genomic workload, and by using SpotSurfer, they were getting the same performance, but 70% cost savings. This user was running a workload that had 2 peaks in terms of memory utilization. So normally the user had the choice of running a 32 gig machine, 32 CPU, 64 gig machine from end to end in order to accommodate the 2 peaks in memory utilization. But if they use that, then for the majority of the runtime, the machine would have been not highly utilized. So using WaveRider, they were able to use a 32 CPU machine for the peak and a 16 CPU machine for other running periods. And the net result is that it's slightly slower than the over-provisioned case, but 31% faster than the under-provisioned case, but in both cases, saving some 90% on cloud cost. Here's another user that used NextFlow to run a very large genomic pipeline. As you can see on the left, before they used SpotSurfer or MMCloud, about 80% of their jobs running on Spot instances were being reclaimed by the cloud. And that meant all those close to 9,000 jobs had to be restarted. With MMCloud, we basically eliminated all those restarts because SpotSurfer automatically handles it for the user. They still experience 130 failures because those were not due to Spot reclaims, but rather out of memory errors because they didn't turn on WaveRider. Had they turned on WaveRider, they would have eliminated those 131 failures or so. That's a quick overview of MMCloud. We are confident that it will bring great value to your application environment. And I hope you will give MMCloud a try. Thank you.